Call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Louisville Cardinals. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Georgia Tech's offense will go on the attack first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
The Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to breaks into the open. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to run it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
He leaves it with his back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2-point conversion and an 8-0 lead. They put together an 81-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Louisville's offense will go to work for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability. Catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts. And he's been...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Wants to bring it back. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. All right, guys, let's talk about Georgia Tech. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
The give to the tailback. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. Moves away as he feels pressure. Connection to the right. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Yellow Jackets line it up with a 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. Gets it to the back. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone. 3rd and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
He's into the end zone for the 2, and the lead is now at 16. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Running to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Oh, they're after him. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Racing to the right. Touchdown Cardinals. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. He'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. It's complete on the right side. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
How many 1st downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
The discard, and he's running free. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Coming out with it, it's Peters. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
It's complete to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Tries to slither forward on the sneak. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Cardinals send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The rambling wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Gets away from one, finds room. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Plows through the defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on second and long. On the run, it's Ball. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
The Yellow Jackets will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Run out of bounds, they'll spot him at the 24.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Here's the pressure. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. and he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Cardinals will punt it away on 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. He'll start this drive firing. Quick completion on the out route. There he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They want to throw it. Now adjusting. Throws to the wideout. He makes the grab for the 2. I don't know why you need to go for 2 there, but they do, and it's successful. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cardinals have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Bring in the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
They get to him as he throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Cardinals will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed behind the line, it's ball. And the Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. To the air on 2nd down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew he was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple of yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. That's caught. It's Peters. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback making checks. They'll start this drive with a pass. Under fire. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Good enough for a first down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Yellow Jackets will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Cardinals come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. You don't have to make things complicated. You see zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some power. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Cardinals will call on their punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Got it behind the line. It's a ball. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on third and short. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35.
The defense was all over it. They know third down, the quarterback could be a viable threat in the run game. Played physical, played close to the line of scrimmage, made the big stop.
Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll leave it with him. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. He slides that just inside the right upright.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll line up for a second down play. Might be changing the route. The play action fake. Steps away. On the run, deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
From the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Yellow Jackets are threatening on first and goal. Looking to throw. He's going for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Using the quick game. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one.
Well, the offense on third down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But the defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up fourth down.
Wants to go up top. Moving away from pressure. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is why you never quit on a play. On fourth down by the goal line, it looked like the quarterback had nowhere to go with it, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give in to the defense. He just dug deep down inside himself and found a way to score that TD. That was impressive.
So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On play action on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. He makes a catch. Turning it on. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
Offense facing defense.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that.
Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. He'll field the punt and look for room. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. On the run, it's ball. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Dances away. Took care of it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Yeah, and he's done a great job all game long, making the right decisions, but knowing when to pull it and continue to keep drives alive. He's continuing to make the right decision time and time again.
Wants to throw on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the big fella. Tackled there by the defense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Quarterback may change this route. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. This time it's complete. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Yellow Jackets are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Right on target this time. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Cardinals line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Nestles it in at the 35. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Line getting set on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. When we get in the guts of a season and you start evaluating who can win a championship, it's performances like this. Big-time passing attack that's been almost unstoppable in this top 5 showdown.
It's hard to imagine winning a championship, Reese, without having that dude at quarterback. And proving it in a top 5 matchup in the middle of the season, it is a big, big deal for this offense. I look for them to continue to grow. And, Jesse, they're going to be a problem.
They're going to be a huge problem because they've got matchup problems all over the field, Dave. It's not just the quarterback, but you look out wide. They've had guys winning one-on-one all game long in this one. The lower-ranked team, they are by far the better team.
Finds a man in the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. We all count our stats.
Looking deep down the right side. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. That was hardly a performance